A one voter says I'm destined for success. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Wow. Welcome, welcome. Good evening. Welcome, welcome. See, I saw a heart, like you like the live, but why doesn't it show the thumbs up there? I don't know. I think YouTube Live is really like making me crazy. Wow, nails, yeah. Um, my subbies noticed my nails yesterday, and I was like, yeah, my sister kept yelling at me, and I finally got them done. And I told them, tell my sister, tell my sister. So, they keep asking about you. What are we studying without makeup? Um, that is, I don't understand how the two parts of the question correlate, but we're doing macroeconomics, CPI and GDP deflator and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? I guess it does, yeah. The triangulation of the earth and whatnot. Did you guys, have you guys heard of triangulation theory? Yes, absolutely, Smokey. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you, thank you. Am I destined for success, folks? Answer over here. Yes, 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 yes. Welcome to the live. Don't forget to subscribe. It's somewhere up here. And then it's the question, am I destined for success? Are you close to death? Probably. I don't know. I drank 2 energy drinks today instead of 1, so, I'm really playing with fate here. Who knows? Somebody actually responded, no, that's actually crazy. Wow, someone thinks I'm not going to succeed. That's so fake. So fake. Wow. I'm from Turkey. Wow. Turkey's a far away place. Will you marry me? Absolutely not. I'm not getting married. Marriage is for people who have blindfolds on their eyes. Thank you for voting, folks. Thank you for voting. Wow. Don't forget to subscribe. Right now we're doing macroeconomics homework. I'm doing fabulous. How are you? Um, Maybe tomorrow we'll get back into triangulation theory and stuff. I know you guys like that conversation. Um, I think that you guys are a community of people who are open to keeping your minds open. And that's really exciting. Because we can talk about those things like triangulation theory. Um, yeah. And just by the way, guys, while we're touching on triangulation theory, just as a little teaser into conversation going forward, the 3 points um, are in Uganda, Zimbabwe, and Antarctica. If you didn't know, now you know. I'll share the calculations tomorrow. But anyways, right now, we are doing macroeconomics. So let us do some reading. When Canada calculates the consumer price index and the inflation rate, it uses data on the prices of over 600 different goods and services. To see exactly how these statistics are constructed, let's consider a simple economy in which consumers buy only 2 goods: hot dogs and hamburgers. Table 6.1 shows the 5 steps that Statistics Canada follows. Determine the basket. The first step in computing the consumer price index is to determine which prices are most important to the typical consumer.
If the typical consumer buys more hot dogs than hamburgers, then the price of hot dogs is more important than the price of hamburgers and, therefore, should be given greater weight in measuring the cost of living. Statistics Canada sets these weights by surveying consumers and finding the basket of goods and services that the typical consumer buys. In the example in the table, the typical consumer buys a basket of 4 hot dogs and 2 hamburgers. 122.
Um, First of all, to um respond to the polls, you guys are haters. The people who said no, that is, of course. Weird as fuck. Anyways, is Trump selfishly greedy? Absolutely, he is selfishly greedy. If you watch the news at all, any news outlet actually, anything he does is like selfishly greedy. Sure, people might spin it into some, say it in a positive tone, but even if you listen to the people who are trying to be positive about it, like, there's only so much you can spin. Like, he's very apparently greedy and selfish. But anyways, welcome, welcome. Hello, friends. Welcome. Guys, don't forget to subscribe somewhere up here. 47% of voters believe I am not destined for success. That is quite crazy. It's quite crazy. You guys think I'm a failure? That's so mean. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm gonna cry myself to sleep now. Jeez Louise. But anyways, what we're working on right now is learning a little bit more about the Consumer Price Index. So the CPI is a measure of the overall cost of the goods and services bought by a typical consumer. And in Canada, each month, Statistic Canada computes and reports Consumer Price Index. So that's interesting to know. We also consider how this index compares to the GDP deflator. Yes, which is another level of overall price changes. There's a lot of formulas. But anyways, that's that. We kind of worked on that a little bit. In which class you're studying? This class is macroeconomics. It's incredibly boring. Well, it actually is interesting, but at the same time, it's boring. Yeah. But yeah, we gotta make our notes and stuff. Fortunately, this chapter is like super short, so should be okay. That is such a weird thing to say. Why would you say that? Okay, guys, don't forget to subscribe. Talk to you later. Gang signs. Gang signs. Gang signs.